can stay.
Okay. Let's do it. I'll record it too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, we have Shannon on the extra episode because, okay, real quick, we're gonna talk about because Austin didn't see it because, but I watched the new transfer of the David Lynch movie, his final feature, quote unquote, Inland Empire from 2006. I went and saw it at the Speed Art Museum, and Shannon also saw it. They saw it.
I saw it at the Can Art House cinema in Indianapolis.
Had you ever seen it before? I've never seen it.
I had never seen it before. I had also never been to the Can either. So it was a night of many firsts for me.
Did you like Can? It's not too far from me, so.
No, the Can is very nice. If you're in the Indianapolis area, it's a very nice art house cinema, and it's really cool.
How do you had talked about to us before, like you talked about watching Twin Peaks. Have you? Yeah. But have you watched any other Lynch features?
So I watched Twin Peaks. I watched the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks, and then I watched Fire Walk with Me. Okay. And then I've watched like the first 2 episodes of the newest season of Twin Peaks. So I have seen Fire Walk with Me, but anything David Lynch outside of like the like universe of Twin Peaks, I have not seen.
That's kind of funny. I'm like the opposite. I've watched like the first season of Twin Peaks like 3 or 4 times, and then I'll start the second season, and then I'm never able to finish it.
I've never gotten through it.
And then I just flounder. But I've seen like almost all of his movies now. I think I'm like now a couple, like I think maybe 2 or 3 I haven't seen of his. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man. Yeah.
Did you like Inland Empire?
So the film is like almost 3 hours long. It's like 2 hours. It's like 2 hours and like 50 minutes. So it's like just shy of like 3 hours long. So I had seen Fire Walk with Me, and Fire Walk with Me is like, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's like the background information about Laura Palmer, who is the person who dies in Twin Peaks. Like, that's not a spoiler. It's the thing that happens in the first episode of Twin Peaks.
The very first 5 minutes.
Yeah, you find out that this girl named Laura Palmer has died. And so Fire Walk with Me is this feature that like talks about it, and it's very graphic. There's a lot of violence, like physical violence, sexual violence, things like that. So I watched that film and I was like, it was a good film. It was a decent film, and like, like whatever, I was fine with it. And so kind of like going into this one, I was like, I think I kind of understand. I did not understand.
Yeah.
Not.
Fire Walk with Me is probably like his most conventional film. Wouldn't you say so, Andrew?
Probably. He has a Disney movie. You know that? He has a Disney movie called The Straight Story, which I haven't seen yet. It's called The Straight Story.
Huh.
It's called The Straight Story. You can actually watch on Disney Plus right now a David Lynch movie.
Damn.
It's apparently a very easygoing movie. Yeah.
Yeah. About he's like a farmer, right?
Yeah, and he's trying to drive across the country in his lawnmower.
Well, I might have to watch that one, but I think going from Fire Walk with Me to watching Inland Empire was a jump that was made. I couldn't tell you really anything that happened during that film, except for it fucked with my mind.
It's basically the entirety of the movie is basically Laura Dern wandering around with a frown on her face for 3 hours.
Oh my god,
that's basically the movie.
But it's amazing though. She's so amazing in that film.
Really fucking good. Yeah, so she is like
perfect. Man. She's awesome.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, Andrew, like on the level of Lynchianness, like where is this relative to his other films?
Oh my god, it's just unencumbered like Lynch. I mean, it's just like, you watch Eraserhead, and Eraserhead's like my favorite movie by him, and that movie like people watch and they're like, oh, it's really weird and stuff, and I think that movie makes more sense than Inland Empire. Inland Empire is just Inland Empire, the thing about Inland Empire is that like it goes through time. So it will go like backwards and forwards in time. And it'll so it's kind of confusing because
it's not kind of confusing. It is incredibly
very confusing. It's just like it's just nonstop. It's just like a complete. It's just I don't know what to like. It really is like the ultimate Lynch film.
Yeah.
In that way, it's very challenging because it's just 3 hours of Lynch going absolutely nuts. Doesn't make any sense. It's completely off the wall.
Yeah.
There's almost no. There is a story. There's stuff going on. Like it's not like that like floaty, but it's really hard to kind of understand what's going on for the most part.
It's definitely not a linear story, which like I think because it's like a psychological thriller, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only category you can like put it in that it like makes sense for it to be put in. But the whole time it's just like the worst thing about it, it's like worse than any other horror movie I've ever watched in my life.
It's Lynch's movies are like they're the scariest movies ever made. Like they're scarier than any horror movie.
Because the man knows how to use suspense against his audience. He's a wonderful, like the whole sound design of the film is by him.
Yeah.
He does
that's his like big thing.
Yeah, it's
he loves sound.
So good, which is something that like I don't think you really get through Twin Peaks because like you just it's just not something that's like big.
It's filmed like a television show.
Yeah. I mean, it is a television. Yeah. It is a television show. So like sound design and television like really isn't that big, but like, I mean, at least especially back then. Like now, maybe things have changed, but like still, he is a phenomenal sound designer, and that's what makes this film so difficult to watch. Like without the sound design, I would just be really fucking confused the whole time. But like the sound design like makes you feel like you can never relax.
Yeah. It's just buzzing. There's just like a buzzing going on at all times.
Usually always something that's happening, and then if it's silent, you're like, why is it silent?
Why is it?
It's like it shouldn't be silent.
Yeah. The music in it is also really good.
Music is really good. There's a Beck song in it. There's a song sung and written by David Lynch in it too.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's a good song. But it is a really interesting.
Content is really tough too. It's really challenging content wise.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's. I think it might be the most evil movie ever made. I think it has like evil inside of it.
It's so interesting because like David Lynch himself always seems to be interested in like what is good and what is evil. Like that's just like something that he seems like thematically to be interested in, and this film is like the manifestation of that. Maybe David Lynch is like a Jekyll and Hyde sort of person.
I think he has seen evil. I think he has seen it and he has recognized it.
He has looked in the face of evil and he has injected it into this film.
I really think he has. Yeah, it's just I cannot like and it's a sickly looking movie too, but not in a bad way. It looks really good. It's filmed on a digital video recorder.
Like a camcorder, yeah.
Yeah, and so it looks horrible. And like the other thing about the Laura Dern performance that's really good is that and I hate to associate the word brave with it, but it's kind of brave because I mean she gets tons of close-ups on the shitty digital recorder. So I mean, and she makes like faces and stuff too. I mean, she'll frown, she'll smile, and I mean like, being an actor, it's kind of you're in a position, you know what I mean? So it's like she really kind of like puts herself on display for the movie because there's just so many close-ups of her fucking face. You know what I mean? Like imagine like Shannon, like imagine watching a movie imagine watching a movie of yourself for 3 hours and it's just close-ups of your face the whole time.
No, I would hate it.
I would hate if the same thing happened with me, I would also hate it, so I hate to use the word brave, but I mean, that's difficult.
Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about like genuinely this film is terrifying. And like it achieves what I think so many horror films try to achieve.
It has atmosphere.
Yeah, it has atmosphere, and there's no identifiable villain throughout the whole thing, which I think makes it scarier, because like one of the things about like really good horror films is that like if you never see the villain but you can see like the effects of the villain or things like that, it's just like scarier because your mind can't like comprehend like what's doing this. And that's like how this film is. There's never a villain like
not really.
like outright until like maybe the very end, but even then it's like not super big thing. But there are jump scares in this film, but like in a lot of horror movies you can like expect when a jump scare is gonna happen because it like builds up. But the reason you can never expect a jump scare in this film is because you are constantly uncomfortable and constantly like waiting for something to happen, but something like nothing happened, not nothing, but nothing of like jump scare level happens for such a long time, and they happen so sporadically that you can never expect when they're happening. And then they'll happen and then everyone's like, oh god. Oh god. Like everyone in the theater, the first time a jump scare happened, we all did that like reaction where you're like, oh, that was scary. Like everybody kind of like laughs. And I went to go see it with Maddie went to go see it with me, and then another one of my friends, and then my professor, who was the one who invited us and like took us to it. And it was so funny because I was sitting right next to him and there would be these jump scares and he would like jump. And at first, everybody's like, oh, haha, we all just like got scared. And then there would be times where the jump scare would happen. And I would like look at him in the corner of my eye and he would just be going, oh, God. Oh, my God. It was like.
It's an exhausting movie. It's so exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's the most. Watching in the theater is probably the most ideal way to watch it, right? Because if you watch it at home, which Austin, I recommend you see it because, it's a David Lynch movie. But watching it at home is just not the most ideal way to watch it because, like, if you're watching a movie at home, you might pause to go to the bathroom, maybe get a snack, maybe you want to like make a sandwich. Like when you're locked in the theater on the big screen and with the big sound, like when you're locked in and you're just
they
like
lock you in the theater.
They lock you in. You can't get out.
They bar the doors. You
but yeah, when you're just kind of like.
Yeah, you are sort of stuck there. You are really kind of stuck there in a movie theater.
And so like you can't pause a movie at all. You just have to like watch the whole thing from beginning to end. And that's probably the best way to watch it. Just because, pausing it, I think kind of maybe sort of, kind of it sort of interrupts the effect, I guess, of the movie. Not to say that like don't watch it at home. You should. It's a good movie.
There's nowhere.
But yeah, it's just
by the way. Like it's literally
you could just illegally download it. Well, they just did this new transfer remaster.
I think
so I think that it'll be on probably on Blu-ray or 4K soon.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on. I think Criterion, like Janus Films, did the restoration of it.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be on the Criterion.
They're probably working on one.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one. I want that one. I want to get that one. I want to watch all the bonus features. See David Lynch talk about it.
Maddie hated it.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
She absolutely despised it. She was like, I had a panic attack for about 3 hours.
Yeah, that's it worked. That means it worked. The movie worked.
Yeah. She's like, I hate that it worked because I sat there having a panic attack for 3 hours and I couldn't leave.
It's evil.
And it was like the three of us. So the way we were seated, it was like Maddie, my other friend, me, and then my professor was sitting on the aisle. And so like none of us like got up to leave during the middle of it. Like a couple people like got up and like went to use like restroom and come back. Film was like 3 hours long, so we're sitting there, and by the time the credits roll, we're like, oh, thank God. But the professor that we went with sat there during the entirety of the credits and made us
we left after the credits. I know like the credits, like they do like a little like fun little
they
scene.
did a thing.
Did I miss anything?
You didn't miss anything. Like there's no end credits like Marvel like thing.
Well, no, we just left like when the credits rolled, which I know
it was just like a song like performance thing that happened behind the credits.
Okay.
But the professor was sitting on the aisle and he stayed there and we couldn't get up and like leave, and it's like a song and he was like kind of like jamming out to. He's like, "Ooh yeah, these cats are singing," you know, like that that kind of thing. And Maddie and my friend and I were all just sitting there like, "Please God, we want to go home.
Let us out." I know, right when it ended, my girlfriend and I were like, "Yeah, let's leave. We're done." Yeah, I think this is it. But yeah. It
was a startling experience.
Yeah, I guess like I would say that like it's a great movie. It's great. I think Lynch has some better movies. I think Blue Velvet and like Eraserhead are a little bit better. I think that I think those are a couple movies off the top of my head that are a little. Mulholland Drive is probably a little bit better. Too, but yeah, very good experience. It's an experience.
Insane.
Yeah.
I'm never watching that film.
Yeah. It's definitely a movie where it's like you watch it and you're like, would I ever actually like want to see that again? Really? Like, do I want to put myself through that?
No.
Yeah, no. I like the song though. The song's good. It's the nicest part of the movie. The nicest.
Yeah, the music's good. The sound design's really good.
Oh yeah.
And Laura Dern's performance is amazing. Jeremy Irons, oh, what a stud.
He's good when he shows up. Do you like Justin Theroux? He's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
He's got swag.
Yeah. There is like some comedy to the film. Like
the first 20 or 30 minutes are really funny.
Yeah. I love the part where the guy's like making everybody give him money.
Oh, Harry Dean Stanton. Yeah, he's like, I need $20. Like
he's like, can you give me some money? I've got this stupid landlord that like wants money.
Yeah.
It's really funny. And I love Jeremy Irons so much.
He's a great actor. He's one of the greatest. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see him. He's fantastic. Yeah. Inland Empire. Let's go. 2006. Maybe you see it. I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend it, but it's good.
Maddie said,
I like it.
When we were leaving, she said, I felt the same feeling when we were watching that film as I did when I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey. And she said, I never wanted to feel that again. And I thought I would never feel that again. And she's like, I hated that so much.
David Lynch, baby. Like he does it. He got Maddie.
Gosh, she hated it so much.
Oh, man.
And then right afterwards, we went to a party and drank insane amounts of alcohol.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Well, there you go. Nothing like doing that after watching a fucking digital nightmare Lynch flick.
Oh my God. It was insane.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard or seen the movie Four Lions?
No.
Okay. I'm going to mention this movie I watched since you're in here. It's directed by this guy named Chris Morris. Do you know who that is?
I don't think so.
Okay. He's like a British comedian guy. He's known for being like the guy in Brass Eye, which is like a funny kind of fake news British show. It's good. And he's directed a couple movies, and he directed this. I'm directing it to you because I know you like, and same to Austin. I think both you guys should see the movie. It's like a British comedy film, and it's about a group of British Muslim men who want to be terrorists. Who they want to commit an act of terrorism. It sounds really weird. Like it sounds like it might not be like very nice. I can imagine like the same movie being made in the United States and it being extremely racist and horrible. But actually this movie was really good because it felt very real. The characters actually like felt like actual young British Muslims. Yeah. The lead guy is Riz Ahmed. He's good.
Oh, I fucking love Riz Ahmed. He's incredible.
Riz Ahmed's really good. Has a good cast. Everyone feels really real, and it's mainly kind of like a movie about how like dumb it is to like do a terrorist attack. Like they have like crazy ideas, and at one point like two of them go to I think Afghanistan, and they like mess up really bad. Like I said, it sounds really weird. Like it sounds like it would not work at all, and it would be completely like politically incorrect. But in actuality, I think that it was a really funny movie, and when it needed to be kind of serious, it did a really good job of switching tones. And yeah, Four Lions. I was really.
What is it?
Really, Four Lions.
Like 4 large cats.
Like no, yeah, four. Yeah, LIONS.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah,
it's on Prime.
Yeah, it's on a bunch of stuff. It was a really good 90-minute long British, and like I said, like it seems like they really went in to kind of study or like kind of understand like British Muslim culture. It's not like, oh, British, Muslims are like this. It's not like a stereotypical view. It felt really, really real. So I recommend it. That was a good movie.
Oh my gosh, guess who just popped up on my Instagram when it refreshed? Laura Dern.
Oh, okay.
Because of that new Jurassic Park, like.
I saw the trailer for that movie, and that made me sick.
Yeah.
I love Laura Dern, and I love
Jeff Goldblum. I love Jeff Goldblum's great too.
Wait, who's the other guy? Who's the New Zealand guy? Why am I forgetting his name? He's like one of my favorite actors. Do you remember Austin? Sam Neill.
Oh yeah.
I love Laura Dern. I love Sam Neill. I love Jeff Goldblum. But man, I do not want to see them in this movie. It feels like such a waste. Like they should be doing
Chris
other
Pratt.
Things.
I hate him.
I hate him too.
Gosh, Chris Pratt, more like.
Do not care. Don't care about him. Yeah, throw him away. Let's get him out of here.
You can go in the trash. I don't care.
Let's get him out of here.
So I watched. I've been watching a lot of German films recently because of
Let's go.
a area of study that I do in university, and I recently watched a period piece called Licht, which means light, or Mademoiselle Paradis. And so the German word is Licht, and then everywhere else it's called Mademoiselle Paradise, but it's spelled Paradis. And it is the true story, or it's like a retelling of the true story of a Wunderkind, like a prodigy pianist, who was a young girl in Vienna, and during
she's like really good.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like during that whole time of like, it's during like it takes place in 1777, so that whole era. And she is blind, and then she goes to a man named Dr. Mesmer, who is the person who the word mesmerize is from.
Yeah.
And he inadvertently started hypnosis, like that he created the act of hypnotizing somebody. This is during that time of like when doctors and people were like quite literally trying anything to see if it would do anything. And so it's a really good period piece. I'm not often a fan of period pieces because so many period pieces end up being like Regency romantic films, and I just am not a fan of those. I'm not like a huge fan of like Pride and Prejudice and Bridgerton or things like that. I just don't think it's boring. Bridgerton. But this film obviously is a different time period, and it's like based off of a real person, like a true story. And it's really good. It's shot beautifully. The main actress, I forget what her name is. Her name is really, actually, let me find it right now. I've got it. 1 second. Her name is Maria Victoria Dragas, and she plays Maria Teresa Paradis. Like, that's who she plays. This real composer and pianist, virtuoso, that a lot of people don't know about because she was a woman. And
okay.
well, like a lot of her works are just completely gone now.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, like a lot of her stuff is lost. Yeah. And she is not a blind person. She's a seeing actress, but her performance is incredible. It's incredible. Like sometimes you see like seeing actors who are playing a blind person where you're like, like whatever. But with her, like genuinely in the first like 10 minutes of the film before I looked her up, I was like, this actress has to actually like be blind. It's crazy. It's so good. It's an amazing film. It's only like 90 minutes long, which is
how
perfect
old is
for it.
It's 2017.
2017. It's not very old. It's really good. It's amazing.
I'm trying to find it on Letterboxd. I don't know why I can't find it.
Did you look up? What did you look up?
A bunch of different stuff.
Letterboxd search engine.
How do you spell what? Madame Paradine? How do you spell Paradine?
It's just Mademoiselle.
You could just put in Licht, and it's the second one that comes up.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, cool.
It's really good. I also watched for the entire semester, I watched a bunch of German, Austrian films about like women from like the past century that are really good. There's another one. You guys should watch Die Wand, which means the wall, and that is so good too. That one I think was made in 2012. But that one's really good, especially post COVID. That film really gets you. It really gets you. That one's a good one too. But yeah, been watching a lot of German stuff recently. It's been fun.
How do you spell Yvonne? What is it, Yvonne?
It's Die Wand, so it's DIEWAND.
If you look up The Wall, it's the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Martina Gedeck. She's the main person. She's like an incredibly well-known actress in Germany and in German-speaking countries. She is phenomenal.
Fuck yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a lot of German movies, especially recent ones. I don't think I have.
They're so good. They're so good. German films a good one. It's good stuff. After you watch like German films, you can kind of like know how they're gonna end. Not like story-wise how they're gonna end, but like German films just end in a certain way that is like not how American or British films end.
Yeah.
And I was watching this I've been watching, so I watch a lot of films with Maddie. Like most of the films that I watch, I watch them with her. And so she's been watching these films with me, and at the end of it she was like, please don't end like this. And then it ended like that. She was like, again. And I'm
they're
like,
just like they're just maybe a little bit more dark or a little bit more downtrodden, I guess you might say.
They can be, or they don't. So like the German films don't like to tie things up, and they don't like to give you answers.
Okay.
So like a lot of times it's a complete story, but it feels incomplete because it doesn't tell you exactly like what happens.
See. Interesting. Okay.
And that's the case with both of these films. Yeah.
I like that. I'm okay with that.
They're both very, very good films.
Yeah.
The Germans, they just do things differently over there.
They just go off. They went off.
They went off.
Wait.
They popped off.
They popped off.
They popped off. Yeah, German television. There's a lot of German television on Netflix too.
Oh, really? That must help with your studies.
It's very great. It's great.
Throw a show on, just watch it.
Yeah. There's this one show that I watched that's basically like the German version of Stranger Things called Dark.
Dark? Very
Dark.
Good.
Oh,
it's way better than Stranger Things. By the way.
It is. It's way better than Stranger
You'd like
Things.
Dark. Dark is actually very good.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's the Netflix original. There's a lot of Netflix originals that are German. There's like a big industry over there. There's another one called Parfum, which means perfume. That's another one that's on there. That's really good too. Yeah. I don't know. This is the German television movie industry is just better.
I only watch American movies, so.
All right.
Well, I only watch movies in English.
Yeah. I won't watch Parasite because I don't want to read subtitles.
Sure. I didn't. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, I think I'm pretty sure you've seen that one before.
No, I saw that movie in theaters.
Yeah.
No. No subtitles for me, please. No,
I always have subtitles, even if it's in English.
They should have made subtitles for Inland Empire. I didn't understand what the hell was going on.
I know. God, if I watch it again, it'd be purely just a read along.
Actually, that movie did have subtitles a couple times.
Yeah, it did a couple times.
Like
well, I mean,
to see. Would you like to see?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
It had some subtitles obviously when people weren't speaking English or when people had like accents that the filmmakers deemed were too hard to understand.
Right. Yeah. There was a movie recently that was like that where I'm like, why the fuck are they like, I can kind of understand them. I don't know why they have subtitles, but there was a movie I watched recently that was like that where I'm like, what the fuck?
Like somebody doesn't have like an American or an English accent, you have to put subtitles on because you can't understand them. English.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was though, and I was a little like, what the fuck? Honestly, it might be one of these movies that I watch where last week I went on a little spree, and I watched several Spike Lee movies.
Yeah,
I watched a total of, I watched 5 of them. I watched 5 Spike Lee movies I've never seen before.
What did you see?
Well, before I've only seen one, which is Do the Right Thing, which is a good movie. And I really wanted to watch Malcolm X, his Malcolm X biopic, because I read the book, his autobiography, which is a good book. And so I decided to watch the movie, and it's over 3 hours long, so it's a watch. But and I heard it was good, and I checked it out, and it is a fantastic movie. Easily his best movie that I've seen so far. It's better than Do the Right Thing. It's better than anything that I've seen. It's fantastic. It's great because it contains one of the greatest performances by one of the greatest actors, Denzel Washington, who I love, who I'm a big fan of. And he, like Malcolm X in his story, he is really good at transforming himself. He adopting like different demeanors and ways of speaking, because Malcolm X, he kind of goes through a couple different transformations. Great movie, insane biopic. It goes, even though it's over 3 hours long, it's a very easy watch. It's understandable. It has style, like it's not boring. It has a lot of style. It's edited very well. And like I said, the acting's great. So yeah, if you want to watch a good biopic, in fact, one of the greatest biopics I've ever seen, watch Malcolm X because it's really good. But it is over 3 hours long. And then I watched Inside Man, which is like his bank robber movie, like his Dog Day Afternoon. That was pretty good. Once again, starring Denzel Washington. He was very good. He has a weird fit in that movie, but I liked it. It has a good cast, has a really good cast. I don't know. It was like kind of like a good bank robbery procedural movie. Then I watched She's Gotta Have It, which is like his first film.
Yeah.
First film. I found out that he filmed it over 12 days, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He shot it for like super cheap. That's why it's on black and white too, because it was cheaper to because that's
except
like a
the one
super
scene
cheap film. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it's good.
It's got some cool shots.
Yeah, it's a good looking movie, and the acting in it is okay.
It's probably the weakest part.
Worth watching though. And then there's a movie after She's Gotta Have It and before Do the Right Thing called School Days, DAZE, that I also watched. That movie was insane, and I highly recommend it. It's a movie about an all-black college, and it has to do with like the sororities and fraternities. They're beefing with each other, like they're beefing with each other, and like kind of like the individuals themselves as well. And it's basically his musical. There is one West Side Story type dance musical number that's crazy. It's colorful, it's bright, and the dancing and singing in it is crazy. But there's only one scene like that. Other than that, it's just kind of like some dancing here and there. But there's like one really weird scene about 30 minutes in that's just like crazy fucking West Side Story type shit. It was really good. Yeah, and it's just like a movie about like this all black college and like the Greek life there. And I like watching Spike Lee movies, especially some of the earlier ones, because you can kind of it's fun watching the performances of Giancarlo Esposito. He's very good. He's a very good actor. Like he's just crazy. And in this movie, he plays like a leader of like the antagonist fraternity. And so he's like hazing like the pledges and stuff, and like he's just crazy. He's so good. I liked that one. It was very fun, and it's kind of weird. It's between like She's Gotta Have It and Do the Right Thing. It's like very weird. And the final Spike Lee movie I watched was He Got Game, which is a basketball movie.
Yeah.
This movie's crazy. It has the dumbest plot ever. It's like Denzel Washington is in prison for killing his wife. And while he's in prison, his son ends up being like the best basketball player in the country in high school. And so he is set, and he is told that like, Denzel, you will get a lighter sentence and get out earlier of prison. But what you have to do is that we are going to release you for like a week, and you need to convince your son to play basketball for the governor's alma mater college. So you need to convince your son to do this. Crazy ass movie. It's a basketball movie. Denzel's great. He looked really weird. Like they give him weird outfits that make him look like a little boy. But he's good still. Spike Lee's movies are so weird. They're like sometimes they're borderline offensive, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like sometimes they get a little like, okay, like, I don't know, especially like with women. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's a little, I don't know. But he has a very distinct style.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, and when he was filming She's Gotta Have It, the sex scene, the reason you don't see her face for most of it is because she was actually crying during the whole scene.
Oh, great.
And so they couldn't.
Thanks for telling me that, Austin. Just like the worst thing I've ever heard.
He's not like, I mean, this was a long time ago, so I don't know if this is the case now, but like, the way, even in like his recent movies, he's never been very good at portraying women. Like he's just, it's not his strong suit. And that's why most of his films don't have many women in them. I mean, I can't think of a film that has
He Got Game is probably a movie in which it's his most misogynistic in a way. I don't know. There's just something about his Malcolm X is pretty. I mean, Malcolm X is good because it's like it's at least from the perspective of Malcolm X. And Malcolm X, he, for better or for worse, he just he has different views of women and things differently, right? Like, you know, I don't agree. That's the thing about Malcolm X. You know, he has some things that he does that he said where I'm like, you know, I don't know about that. You know, but it's still an interesting story. But yeah, like He Got Game is especially, even though I did like the movie and I think there's some interesting stuff going on, man, like sometimes it can be kind of a challenge to really kind of sympathize with certain decisions that he makes, because it's just like, what the fuck, you know, like I don't know. And Spike Lee, he's very interested in like interracial relationships as well. He goes on, and Malcolm X was too, which, you know, that movie is really like goes in on that a lot, about like, and not only like interracial, like, you know, like dating, but like also interracial friendships and just like things like that. You know, Malcolm X, of course, was all about like, you know, all white people are bad, white people are the devil, which, you know, I sympathize. I'm, you know, I agree.
Yeah, and that was only
yeah,
under yeah, that's a tangent I won't get into, but
yeah. Anyway, yeah, Spike Lee. I'll watch more Spike Lee, but I'm taking a break.
I have only seen one thing directed by Spike Lee. And it is a like filmed like and directed by him, but it is a theater like, I don't know, pro shot, I guess, called Passover. And it's an adaptation of Waiting for Godot, and it like is very much like, he didn't write it or anything, but he like directed and like filmed the all the film stuff he did, but he didn't like you know, cast it or anything. And it's a phenomenal play, and it's like a phenomenal like film. It's
Spike,
so good.
Yeah. Like Lee, like if you look at his like filmography, he's directed documentaries, concert films, like you said, plays, of course, feature films, of course, tons of them. Yeah, he has a very varied list of things that he's done. Absolutely.
I have to go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm almost done anyway.
Okay.
Hey, Shannon.
I was okay. I'll go then.
I
was like,
"Are you?"
I know, but he was like, but I'm almost done, and so I was like, okay.
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm done.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You can go.
All right. Well, I will. I'll see you guys at the meeting tonight then.
Yeah.
Right. The board meeting. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
So our movie, right, it's on IMDb, and I don't know how IMDb decides like how to like put like actors where, but for some reason our top
you told me about this actor, Brandon, is at the top.
Brandon, well, like but like, yeah, like before he was like third or fourth, but like I like check on it every now and then, and for some reason he's now the top billed actor. And Brandon's amazing, but Brandon he has like this little tiny role. He doesn't have any speaking parts, and yet for some reason he is the top billed actor on IMDb.
That's right.
I don't know why.
Whatever. That's so fucking funny.
It's hilarious.
Gonna be a star. It's a sign.
He's a future star. He's a star in the making. He really is.
He's a star in the making. He's got the face for it. He's handsome.
I've been watching a lot of TV recently. Like,
that's fine. Yeah.
I think the only movies I watched were on Easter Sunday, because we haven't talked in a hot minute. On Easter Sunday, we were looking for like Easter movies to watch, and we couldn't find any. And there's going to be a bunch of kids there, so we're like, we'll just turn on like some Pixar movies. So I first watched Finding Nemo, which I haven't seen since probably high school. maybe like freshman year of high school is the last time I seen it. Like I think we watched it in class or something. And as far as Finding Nemo goes, I was astonished of how good it still looks. Like, especially like whenever, not so much like the fish themselves. I mean, that's aged a bit, but like whenever there's like the open sea, it looks
that stuff's good,
fucking spectacular. Like I think honestly, in some ways, it's probably visually some of their best work that Pixar has done. It's visually very stunning. As far as the story itself goes, I mean, I've seen it tons and tons of times, so there's nothing new there. I do love the father-son story. I think it's very heartfelt and there's good performances. I forgot that Willem Dafoe plays Gil in this, and
he rocks.
All the performances are like good, but like it's very clear that Willem Dafoe put like so much fucking effort into, even though he only has like 20 or 30 lines in the, like he doesn't say very much, but his performance is absolutely incredible in this. When there's like, he definitely could have just like come in and recorded his lines and just been like done, but like he very clearly put a lot of effort into it, and it's an incredible performance in an animated film. I love that performance. I think the father and son stuff's good. The stuff with Dory, like when I was a kid, obviously I love that, but honestly, like watching it now, it's just kind of irritating, and like I don't think it's funny. It's just not for me. So we watched that, and then we watched Ratatouille, which I'd actually only seen once before. And Ratatouille is just a really good film. It's just a really,
it's wonderful.
It's just like a really great story and a really like well-made film. I mean, it just looks absolutely beautiful. The story itself, like what I love about the story is like, sure, there's kind of this idea of like anyone can cook, but that's not really what the story's like. The story is really about like finding what you're good at and like working really hard to be good at that, and not like just like, fumbling into it. And it's probably one of Pixar's, other than maybe Soul, it's probably one of Pixar's most adult films. Like it's not really, the strange thing about Ratatouille is, other than the fact like there's a rat in it, it's not really a kid's film. Like there's not really, there's not like a lot of kid jokes in it. The story is about like a 20-something-year-old man who works at a fucking restaurant. And of course, the research that Pixar does into all their films is astonishing. And like just watching those cooking scenes and like the way everyone kind of moves together.
Yeah, it's like satisfying to watch.
Yeah, it is truly a satisfying watch. And I think a film that when I first watch it, I don't think I appreciate it enough. So I watched that. And then the last Pixar film we watched was The Incredibles, the original. And of course, this is the first Pixar film that wasn't directed by like an animator. Like this is the first Pixar film that was directed by like just like Brad Bird, who's just like he just directs like action movies.
He's like a guy.
He's just a guy. And as far as like visually, I will say like the animation did not age well in this film. Some of the stuff like just doesn't look very good, but from like a direction standpoint, it's really cool. Like you have this whole like kind of film noir. The lighting in it is really cool. It's shot in a way that it looks like it's a film and not so much like a animation. And the story itself, again, I watched this film a lot. It was my favorite film as a kid, but it's a very adult film in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of jokes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that I mean, it's probably one of the darkest Pixar films, because there's a lot of death and a lot about like government efficiency and kind of this big brother thing, and there's like some really like big questions that they ask that as a child of course I never really recognized. But I don't know, I mean, obviously I'm not saying anything new here, that Pixar's made some good stuff, but I'm still impressed by it. So I had a good time with it, honestly.
Good. Yeah, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
sending some. Oh, I saw you watch Titanic. I was going to ask you about that.
I'll say that for next episode.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm like movies that I've watched like this past Sunday and going forward, we'll just talk about
let's say for next time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes,
and I'll
sir.
save my my TV stuff for next time too, because I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to watch in the next couple of days. So.
That's fine.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I guess this is the end of the episode.
Yeah, I guess I think we did it.
Thank you all for listening. Of course, you can find more exclusive content, early access at patreon.com/lifethroughfiction. And until next time.
Thank you.